Perfect. Thank you.
May the meeting of the elderly commissioners for the Wilmington Senior Center come to order. Maybe you all please rise for the salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moment of silence. Thank you. Can we have the roll call, please?
Okay. Mark Ryan,
Here?
Gail Protopappas.
here.
Robin Theodos.
Here.
Mary Dion is absent. Charlotte DeMarco.
Yeah.
John Wallace.
Here.
And Pat Robash.
Here.
Okay.
Here. Okay, we
Alrighty.
have the minutes for the last meeting.
Okay. Minutes of August 16, 2018. Mary Dion moved to accept the minutes of August 16, 2018 as written. It was seconded by Pat Robash. Upon motion made and second, voted to accept the minutes of August 16, 2018 as written. Old business, Mark Ryan reported there was no old business to present. Director's report, the August monthly statistics was read into the record by Terry Marciello and will be delivered to the town hall. New business, monthly game night. Our monthly game night continues to be an extremely popular event. We average approximately 30 to 35 people attending. We have had to obtain more supplies due to its popularity.
Thank you,
Our-
Tom.
Our October game night will be the last one held for this year. From November through February, we will hold off on this event due to the uncertainty with weather and holidays. This event was originally organized to see if there was a need for evening events and how well it would be attended. We will continue to brainstorm for more events similar to this one. Memory Cafe. Our Moment Cafe is scheduled for Wednesday, October 17, 2018 at 1 p.m. at the 4th of July building. We will have Laurie Hayes, RN, parish nurse, assistant with our Memory Cafe. We are extremely thankful to War One Wilmington for their generous donation of $2,000 towards the Memory Cafe. Senior Housing Subcommittee. Terry Marciello and Mary Dion both attended the last selectmen's meeting. In attendance were representatives from Senator Tars, Representative Gordon, and Governor Baker's office. People spoke about the need for senior housing and questioned what was being done. Frank West and Kevin McDonald were also in attendance and had several questions regarding senior housing. Mary Dion stated that the selectmen were contemplating doing something on the stretch of Route 38. It is important to ask your peers for their ideas and needs for housing. It is crucial that more seniors attend these meetings to make themselves heard and seen. The next meeting regarding this issue and also a new senior center will be on Tuesday, October 9, 2018, due to the holiday on Monday. The facilities master plan will be discussed at that time. Mark Ryan asked whether a site for the housing and senior center had been determined as of yet. This issue will be discussed at the October 9th meeting. Grandparents event. This wonderful event was held on Sunday, September 9th, and everyone had such a fun time. We had other people that happened to be at Yentel Park who joined in with our group. This event was kicked off by Lisa Fanukos and Laura Pickett leading the walk. We had prizes and t-shirts and lanyards to promote this event. Kelly Levita was there to hold Zumba class, and she brought so much energy and fun music. Joan Lawrence was also there, and she ended the event with some relaxing yoga. We are considering making this an annual event. Zumba, yoga, Tai Chi classes. These classes are run by outside personnel, and we are extremely fortunate to have these great instructors come to our center. These classes usually run for 6-week sessions, but we are extending them through the month of October. With holiday season around the corner, we are in the process of trying to figure out the next session. Charles River trip. We are full at this time for this trip. Isabella performance. We are extremely fortunate to have this event by the Delvina Theater Group, and we have had a great sign-up already. Terry also wanted to thank the Wilmington Arts Council for their support in making this possible. Powerful tools for caregivers. This event was published in the September newsletter. It will begin on Tuesday, September 25th at 10 a.m. Laura Pickett has been working so diligently with Minuteman to bring this important program to the center. At this time, we have approximately 12 people signed up. It will also appear in this week's Town Crier and will be put in the town topics. Homestead Seminar. This program will be on Thursday, October 11th at 1 o'clock. It will not only be a homestead seminar, but there will also be homestead forms available for anyone who wishes to file one at that time. The recording fee will be $35. This is a great opportunity and convenience for those interested in completing at that time. Special home delivered meals. This will be held on Tuesday, December 4th, 2018. We are in need of volunteers to help drive and deliver these special meals to homebound seniors. We are also very thankful for the generous donation of $800 from We're One Wilmington towards our December special homebound meal. Holiday Talent Show. We have Audrey Reed, who is producing and directing this special event. It will take place on Sunday, November 25th, 2018 at 2 p.m. at Wilmington High School. Fire Prevention Program. On Monday, October 15th, we will be introducing the Fire Prevention Lieutenant, Robert Verret. Deputy Chief Bill Kavanaugh and Lieutenant Robert Verret will be discussing fire safety, especially the gas issues in the North Andover, and Lawrence communities. We are also having the Remember and Win, which is a fire and fall prevention program beginning on October 22nd. The sign-ups for this program will be on October 8th. This year was decided, instead of offering this program once a month, to do it once a week consecutively. It will run Mondays on October 22nd, November 5th, and November 19th, with a certificate presentation on December 3rd. This would be more convenient than dragging it out longer. More information to follow in our October newsletter. Wilmington Art Council. Terry Marciello met with the Arts Council to discuss the results from our survey. The top 3 interests from the survey results were photography, watercolors, and fabric painting. They have invited us to go to their location to observe their artwork, meet with their teachers, instructors, and enjoy the grand piano being played. We are in the process of working out a convenient time to have a class at their location. Please inform other senior center members of this possibility, and where parking is limited, we will have our van driver, Sonia, provide transportation. First annual electronics recycling event. This event will be held on Saturday, September 22nd from 9 to 12 o'clock. We want to thank Assistant Hands Home Care, who will be sponsoring this event to benefit the Bazell Senior Center. All proceeds will go to support the Alzheimer's Memory Cafe program. Bocce. Pat Robash informed us that after discussion with her brother Jack Cushion, it was decided to hold off on the bocce event held at his home for some time in the spring. Charlotte DeMarco asked if bocce here at the center could be held at a different time or day. Terry reiterated that the equipment is always available and anyone can get their own group together on a day and a time that is more convenient for them. Other items. The Eagle Scouts will be coming to the center to work on updating our game room. We are extremely fortunate in this community to have so many wonderful groups, people, and organizations such as WOW, the Eagle Scouts, Wilmington Fire Department, and so many more volunteers for their generous donations and volunteering their time. Terry wanted to inform the commissioners that our holiday celebration is scheduled for Wednesday, December 5th, 2018, and will be held again at the Tewksbury Country Club, and to look for more information in the upcoming newsletter. Comments from the audience? None. Comments from the commission? None. Adjourned. There being no further business to come before the commission, Mary Dion moved to adjourn the meeting, and it was seconded by Pat Robash. Upon motion made and second, voted to adjourn the meeting at 2:16 p.m. Next commissioners meeting is scheduled for October 18th, 2018 at 1:30 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Paula Mirabella, Senior Clerk.
Do you have a motion to accept the minutes? And seconded?
Second.
Seconded. Okay, and we have accepted the minutes. Now, we want to do old business, but if there is no old business, we can go on to new business.
Okay. So, yeah, why don't we go on to new business? Pull up things here
All right,
right in front of me here.
New business?
Okay, so if you see on, on your agenda right now, the monthly Game night tonight, which is October 18th, will be our last one until, starting again in the spring. This has gone over extremely well. The people that have been part of it, that are here, know that. It ends up that I would say we've been anywhere from 29 to 34 people that have been coming to the events. We've been having different, every time is a different form of a bite to eat for dinner. We've been painting rocks, we've been playing any type of game possible. I think Rummy Cube is the most popular. So it's been a wonderful program, and it is going to continue. So it will be starting again in the spring. People have been very, very pleased with it, and have actually, been asking for a little bit more. So I'm not gonna say for sure right now. It is being worked out to possibly do more than once a month, to let you know, because of the people wanting it. So, and I think that's crucial more also in the summer months, when it just gets so hot and the days are longer. I see it would be beneficial to have a couple of times a week of something being in the evening times, to be able to get us all together. Reminding us, obviously, we will not conflict with the recreation department when it comes to their concerts on the common.
Okay.
So, any questions about that? Have you heard anything about the, about that program and all that, of those events? Have any feedback at all? No?
Just
A lot of
everybody
people-
likes it.
Yeah, everyone.
It's a good
enjoys
time.
it.
Good, good. Then I just wanted to give you an update as to the Memory Cafe. Ours in Wilmington is called Our Moment. Our first meeting was yesterday, which was the 17th, and it was a wonderful success. We had 14 people that participated, which is a very good number. We did pumpkin painting, and just had a lot of fun. That was Laura Pickett, the case manager, Lori Hines, who is a nurse in the community that also helped us out, and myself. We were also very, very fortunate to have Officer Paul Shalafor be there as the community officer now. We saw that it was a key to have him there, and it's so wonderful that he could take the time to be there with us, and actually even painted a pumpkin himself. But it was a wonderful event. It was a wonderful time. At the end of that, we gave the participants the schedule for November and December. November being a Tai Chi event with our Tai Chi instructor will be showing some people some Tai Chi. And then in December, we'll be having our fun singers to come to do a sing-along. So I think it's gonna be wonderful. It also gives me the opportunity to thank, once again, WOW, for their $2,000 donation to make this program a success, and also for Assisting Hands, a home care service that's right here in town. They donated, I believe it's $1,283 from their fundraiser that they had in collecting recyclables, as in computers, digital, they got recorders, old telephone recorders, fax machines, and so that really worked out wonderful.
Will they be doing that, or somebody in town be doing that again?
Well, I think they try to do it every fall, like an event every fall, as in the.
Yeah, I missed that, and that's a
So,
shame.
but yes, and actually, I was there at that day that they did it. John Benchoff is the director there, and so what, we all live and learn, and we found that, we did need a little more signage as to showing exactly, because on that weekend, there was so much going on. So, but in saying that, they were able to donate such a wonderful amount of money to us to help us with purposely for the Memory Cafe. So we're so appreciative to them. So in saying that, which you don't see on here while I'm thinking of it, so November is going to be Thankful Month, how thankful we are to all the people in the community and the people that do special things for our department. So you'll be seeing more about that, and both WOW and Assisting Hands will be getting acknowledgement for the support that they've given us. Any questions on that one? Did I miss anything?
That's good.
I see everyone taking notes, so. Excuse me. The next thing on the agenda here is the Senior Housing Subcommittee. We were really hoping that on October 9th to be able to, that they were gonna, the selectmen to presenting the feasibility study. So much is going on that they did have to postpone that. And I'm sorry to say I haven't heard of any other date as of yet for that, but I do wanna draw your attention in saying that, and a notice will be going out to everybody who's on the subcommittee, is that on October 31st, which is Halloween, which is on a Wednesday, Valerie Gingrich will be coming here to the senior center at 1 o'clock. And the thing is, do you think that Wilmington is in need of more housing options? This is that back on, I believe it was September 22nd, there was a presentation that Valerie Gingrich, Planning and Conservation, did at the town hall, and several people that were there during that meeting felt that it would be great for her to come up and do a discussion here at the senior center. It's about inclusionary zoning, and what better way than to find out more about the terminology. So Valerie and I did speak after that, due to the incentive of other people that were there at that gathering. And so it is going on the 31st. It's more of a presentation and then explaining it more, and then an interactive piece versus the way the formation that was down at the town hall, where it was posters and people looked at everything and kind of asked questions. She's gonna just give a little more information. So if we could be there for that, that'd be great.
Posters, were they much different than what we had seen
Yes.
previously?
Yes, yeah.
Because I found the original ones to be very difficult to.
No, that was more on the feasibility study, the posters that you're thinking of?
Yes, I did not find those easy to work with.
No, yeah. No, this is the more of the about zoning information and some statistic stuff, and so yes, it's different. So I think you'll find it.
What date is that again?
So that's going to be on Wednesday, October 31st at 1 o'clock here right at the center. She will be speaking, if it's a hard time, she will be also speaking on the same day at the library in the morning. So we're really trying to get the information out there to everybody. So again, anyone that's on the Housing Subcommittee will be getting an email from Laura about this meeting coming up, because it kind of just happened this month. Excuse my cough here. I want to let you know that we're very fortunate to have the Firefighters Local 1370 want to do a breakfast for us again, and it will be this Saturday, and it'll be from 8 to 10 at the Knights of Columbus. We've had quite a few people that have signed up. How many people do you think have signed up? 60, 65, I think it is. So, still feel free to sign up. Please pass the word around. This is great that they're doing this for us. At the same time, there are so many new people, so many new firefighters. This was also a great opportunity to kind of meet the new firefighters. So that would be wonderful. Which leads me right into Remembering When. That is the fire fall prevention program that actually Paula just spoke about in our last commissioners meeting. So that will be starting on October 22nd, which is Monday. and go for 5 sessions, which will be November 5th, November 19th, and December 3rd. December 3rd will be a lunch and certificate program. And this will be a great opportunity to really work with Lieutenant Robert Vary, who is the new fire prevention person, and he will be leading this along with myself. Deputy Kavanaugh will be popping his head in, but obviously with his new role now, it's very difficult for him to do this, be an active part of the workshop. But I think you'll be more than pleasantly surprised as to Lieutenant Vary and his way. We had a meeting with them on the 15th of this month, which was this Monday. And we had a great representation of seniors, of us being there. And at that time, he had put a listing down for smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. And of that, a group of people, 15 people signed up to have the smoke detectors. This year, I think it will be mainly Lieutenant Vary that will be going into the home, so he'll be calling ahead of time, letting them know, people know, working out a time, and for him to be able to come by and change those smoke detectors. Any questions on that?
Good.
You people are just too easy, just keep on trucking.
What is his title?
He's the fire prevention.
Fire prevention. Thank you.
Yep, so he's the new fire prevention, then, Lieutenant Kavanaugh was promoted to deputy and chief. So, and then we have a new chief, Joe, McMahon, yes. Oh my gosh. See, oh, jeez.
It's Village.
McMahon. Joe, yes, I'm so sorry, I said the wrong name. But Joe, is the chief, and don't be surprised if he also pops in during, the Remembering one too. He's been very active in trying to get, the community involved, his group involved with us, so this is wonderful. And that also follows that day that we had, on Monday, when we had the fire lieutenant, Lieutenant Vary, Deputy Chief Kavanaugh, and then we also had Officer Paul Shalafor, who is the new community liaison police officer, all present, and we did the file of life. We passed out file of lives, but we also filled them out while we were sitting here at that event. You're gonna be seeing a lot of pushing for this file of life. And if you happen to go to any of your friend's house, or even for yourself, what's happening, the fire and the police are noticing that yes, you have the stickers and to go inside and look at your refrigerator for that information, but it's not filled out. It's a thing that's just been sitting there blank, and it's really not helping them. So we have to be more, I think we need to do a little promotion, like say for your example in your, any of your classes or workshops that you lead.
Is this on the outside of the refrigerator?
Yes.
So
Paula, do you mind
magnetic,
grabbing us one?
magnetic strip
Yeah.
placket. You fill it
Paula,
out.
Your
Yeah.
personal information?
Yes,
Yeah.
so Paula will grab us one and I'll show you. Robin, I wouldn't be
Mostly
surprised if you,
medications.
medications, but also
medications.
emergency contacts
Your
and who your doctor is.
I would rather have it inside my refrigerator. That's kind of, some of that's, you know.
Well,
Well,
they
that's-
did have one that used to be inside your refrigerator.
Yeah.
And the reason that it was changed to the outside of your refrigerator is because what was happening, it was being blocked.
In back of the butter.
Yeah. So, actually, can I just grab one of those ones, Gail? So, this is the part that goes, so the door, on the door,
Right.
as to when,
Thank you.
so that when the police and fire come, they know exactly what door is the best for them to go to. You know how our homes might have several doors. Then, when they see that, they know to go onto your refrigerator, and this is a magnet that goes onto your refrigerator. Actually, when I was at the welcoming Wilmington residents, to the town of Wilmington, I also passed these out, and someone's like, you know, the new refrigerators are not magnetic.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So there's a couple of other, anything else in your kitchen that is magnetic, if you could, she immediately thought of something else. So,
I kinda like that, 'cause that's right in front of it, you know.
so, yeah, so this would go on your door, and then they know to go right to your refrigerator.
And inside, you have to, you
And
have to
inside,
fill,
you have to fill it out, yep,
you have
yep.
to fill out this little thing
Yeah,
that's,
I have that one.
yeah.
I mean, I have this one too, but I have this one
You
in my
you fill,
pocketbook
you
all
fill
the
this
time,
all
yeah.
out here with all your,
Cool.
And
all-
Lieutenant,
all your
oh,
information.
not Lieutenant, Deputy Chief Kavanaugh said, that if you can try to keep them in this, these, when you, especially for, like, say for females, with your purses, and males, with your wallets, so that if they do need to take a peek in there, if they see this right away, they know what information it is. I also know several people like also in these little things to keep their, Medicare card, and their doctor card in here, so that everything can be pulled right out. So, but I think it's just worth mentioning, I think it's worth, Lisa will be having them up front, so that if anybody, if you know of anyone that needs them, just refer them to come, go talk to Lisa and she'll give you one, but we need to update these. And if you already have this on your fridge, and also for people watching, but you need a new, interior to write on, that's no problem, we can do that also, we have plenty of them.
I think I told you that my daughter said in Florida, where she's got a place, that the file of life is filed with the fire department.
Mhm.
They already know what they're coming to.
Mhm.
When they get to your house, they already know.
They've got a better computer system than us.
But I don't know how they did it. I mean, I don't.
So it's interesting that you should say that, Charlotte. In talking to Officer Paul Shalfor, I'm going down to a conference, the Massachusetts Council on Aging Conference next week, and there's a program that I'll be looking into this while I'm there, and bringing back and hoping to talk to Officer Shalfor a little more about it. There's a couple of them, and to enhance the program a little bit better.
Like, she didn't know how you fill out and they give it to the fire department, I guess, but they already have that. When they're coming to your house, they already know,
Mhm.
plus what's at your house.
Yeah, there's so many different ones out there, yeah, and with the process now of us being able to really be a little more attentive to it, so hopefully I can find out more for that type of thing.
Also, if there are several people in the house, what I did was I put the name of the person on here.
And had several
and
things
stuck-
inside?
And stuck it on the refrigerator, so if there are, you know, one's for me, one's for my wife, so they know which one
Mhm.
they can pick off. Instead of going through all of them.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't know, but maybe you should have two of these, one for the front door and one for the back.
Well,
They say
the-
which
They
door.
very seldom
Yeah,
come
it
to your
designates
front.
which door
Very
that
seldom.
you're gonna, it just designates which door they can, you know, go through.
Which door you want
They
them to
always
come
come to
in,
my front.
rather,
They
I
always
only
come
use
to
my
my
Oh,
front.
when I
door.
get stairs, they
And I
come
don't
in
like
the
it
front.
because it's hard to get you know, there's a lot of
which is the easiest door, I guess.
My back
The only
is
one
the
that
easiest.
works right now, unless you wanna climb up.
Oh, yeah. You don't step.
Should have a rope
Watch that
guide,
first
a rope guide, you know.
But yeah, so if you want any extras even to pass out to anyone, just let me know and we can get them to you, okay? Also, we're very happy to say that on November 1st, which is a Thursday, the Wilmington Tewksbury Elks is sponsoring their Thanksgiving dinner. We do have tickets. We've had quite a few that have already,
107.
107 have already been passed out. I love this one in the sense that if you mention it to 5 people, I can't even tell you how quick people come here to get the tickets. It just is like, and so on, and so on, and
It's
so
an
on.
excellent meal, and it's very
It's
well done.
free.
And it's free,
Yeah.
yes.
But
But
yeah, they
it's
do,
very
they
well
just,
done.
Right.
yep,
Yeah.
they have, you know, I can't even, it's over 20 years that they've done this, so.
So generous.
That, yes, as Paula just said, so generous, because it's phenomenal. So, so we still do have tickets left, we still have tickets available for, so if you hear anyone talk about like, oh, I didn't have the chance, they do. So, and that's just to please come up to Lisa or Paula and you can get a
Do you have
ticket.
a time on that?
Yes,
Doors
That-
open at 5 and dinner's at 6:30 promptly.
And you'll be picked out at what time?
That I don't know.
yeah, I forget what time that ends.
That's good.
So, fuel assistance applications, the fuel assistance program, for Massachusetts officially starts on November 1st, actually federally, it starts on November 1st. Laura Pickett was able to go to a meeting on October 10th, to the Community Teamworks in Lowell. And she got the new applications for us and got abreasted as to any changes. And so we do have the new applications now. We have processed quite a few renewals, over 25 of them. Well over
Almost 30.
And so people, I've already started people for the new applications, Laura and myself. So I just wanted to let you know, so if anyone's discussing, as you'll find also for people that are watching, if information that you have sent into renewal and you haven't heard back in any form or fashion, that is because, number one, that means you got all the appropriate paperwork in. And number two, there has not been, as of 2 days ago, there has not been an actual amount designated. They haven't figured out the amounts that they're gonna be able to disperse, as in dollar amounts. So that's still being worked out, but once they do, you'll be notified, but on November 1st is the official start, okay? So we hopefully will be finding out as of next, let's see, probably the week of the 29th as to the amounts, if not the end of next week. Or they might surprise, and it could be there right now, and after 2 days, it's there. So also, I just wanted to remind you about, as we did in the last month, on December 4th is our special holiday meal for people that are at home and would like to get to make sure that they feel part of the holidays. So currently, I only have 2 people that are officially signed up to, there we go, we got 4. That are signed up for, to volunteer for that. So we will be reaching out. And so that will be exciting, we'll get that done. Then, the other thing that's gonna be on, to back up for a minute, for November 1st, is the Wilmington Arts Council. We spoke about, how the Wilmington Arts Council is inviting us over, and, we're gonna be they'll get to show their artwork, some of the art that goes on there, any ideas, cause we really wanna start better together, start working together. But the great thing is they have this beautiful, grand piano. And so there will have a pianist there playing for us, refreshments, discussion. So my main thing for everybody, and I need to ask all of you, is that the parking there can be so difficult. So my big thing is I wanna make sure people realize you can leave your cars here, and we're gonna have Sonia, our van driver, be able to transport from here to the Arts Council, so no one feels that need to having a,
What's the date?
and that's November 1st,
At what time?
right? Yeah, at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
So, yeah, so we just gotta have, just to let me know as to how many people are interested in transportation, so I can work it out with Sonia. Paul and I and Lisa can make sure that falls into place. But I know people might be a little apprehensive of, if that parking lot, the Arts Council parking lot gets full, going to Congregational, no, I really don't want anyone crossing that street. So,
What about at, where we usually park
The
a lot of times
library?
behind the, that big parking lot behind the library?
But that's still quite a
It's
walk.
on Wildwood Street, oh.
What, to the
Depends whether
corner
they
of
wanna
Wildwood
walk.
Street there? Not
That's
even a block
Not that
long?
far.
Well, for some of us, that's
Yeah.
not an issue, but
Yeah,
for
but
other
if we
people
could
it
save
is.
space on the bus for those that really can't walk that distance, people that can,
Yep,
to park there.
yep. That's fine, if you wanna do that, that's absolutely fine, but I wanna make sure that people know they can get transportation.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't want them to miss out thinking, oh, what a terrible place to park or whatever, I don't know if I'm gonna get parking. I don't want it to hold them from, because it's so wonderful that us to be able to
Open it up.
get a connection with the Arts Council. They've been so supportive to us in all the theater presentations and music presentations here at the center. Like the, say for the one example, the one we just had, Isabella. I mean, all these performances that they've had, I really wanna make a connection with them, most definitely. But that's a great idea, Gail, thank you.
So what's actually gonna happen at the Arts Council?
Mark, were you listening? No.
Yeah, no, I know. They have the
But
piano,
so they're
they
gonna
have a
have
little buffet
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, and then they're gonna
present.
also show, so people, when we did the survey.
Yeah.
I should say, when they did the survey and gave it to us, the top 3 things were painting, photography, and fabric paint.
So they're gonna discuss
So
those.
but they're actually gonna display them.
Okay.
Because for some of us, at least for me, the fabric painting, I wasn't quite sure of. Oh, it's phenomenal. So those types of things for us to see firsthand as to their artwork.
Okay. Thank you.
I like picking on you, Mark, I'm always saying. And then, so you're gonna start seeing some, publicity out about the talent show, the holiday talent show. That will be on, Sunday, November 25th, the last Sunday of November, Sunday after Thanksgiving. And let me tell you something, there is a few people that she has gotten into the show that you'll be surprised about. So, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show of all ages are gonna be in it. And it should be an awful lot of fun, and all the proceeds are going to the scholarship fund.
Excuse me, when the tickets are printed, when will they be printed up? And how many are you planning on printing?
We'll probably print, 100. Higher?
Because we ran out last year, a lot of people didn't have
The
tickets.
programs, we didn't have,
We didn't have,
had hardly any programs to hand out.
and there's
Oh,
gonna
I
be a
love
lot of
hearing
people
that.
this year,
Okay,
so I think
Okay.
maybe up to 175 to 200.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah, 'cause we did 125 of programs last year.
And we
And we
ran
ran
out
out.
right away.
So
Yeah.
the 200,
We
program.
were arguing with
Oh,
the
my
people in the
gosh,
show
I know
because
it,
they
because they
wanted,
wanted programs, and we couldn't give them
programs
to
and we
them.
didn't have any.
So that's like great information, thank you so much, because you just kinda, so perfect, that'd be no problem.
Great.
That's no problem at all. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you for mentioning that. The other thing I wanted to bring up on the 29th, which is, Monday, right? Nope, that's a lie.
29th is Monday.
Is it Monday?
No lie. Pumpkin decorating.
No, that is a
No,
lie.
it's the 22nd.
The 22nd, next week is the, Remembering When. The following Monday, the 29th, we are having the medical careers group come in from the high school, doing, pumpkin, we're gonna do a little pumpkin decorating contest. So, this year, the students are so excited, there's approximately 20 or more that are coming over.
Wow.
So we will have the pumpkins all ready for you, we will be having paint, we'll be having all different things to decorate your pumpkins, so we can have a bit of a contest here.
Spread the word, we need
yeah,
more people to sign up.
So, we most definitely wanna get it, so that people, we have several people signed up, but we do need a few more.
What time is it?
And that is at, 1 o'clock, and which is wonderful that the students get to come here at the 1 o'clock time. We didn't think that was gonna be possible, and it is, so that's fantastic.
Okay, so you said October 29th
Mm-hmm.
for this?
Yep.
Okay, what
Yep.
day is that?
A Monday.
Okay.
Um,
And how long do you think they'll be here for?
Probably an hour, hour and a half.
Okay, just want to plan that.
And so, I know, yeah, this Monday stuff is kind of getting difficult. So, and that's with the we. So I will be talking to Mary again about, because there are a couple of Mondays, trying to make we more around 2:30.
So we is now on Monday, I didn't realize it had changed.
It's been for about a
Yeah, a long
year.
time, yeah.
Almost a year,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I was missing some.
It's okay.
Well, I
Behind
think
the
you've been,
times.
I think you've been a little busy with your bracelets and everything else, that you've been a little busy with your projects too, so, not to badger yourself there.
Excuse me, another question. Where is that for the pumpkins? Where is that going to be held? What room will that be held in? This room, kitchen?
This room.
Okay.
But it will be in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and then it will be spreading, like, depending upon how many people, the doors will be open just to spread out there, so that potentially for that day, we'd be able to still be going. So trying to have, both things going on at the same time.
Okay.
Because you don't need complete silence for, because they, oh geez, people that
Right.
get so animated, I can hear the whole building, so. So yes, so that's the goal for that one. But with the paint and everything, we thought it'd be great, the water and everything right there, to do it in the kitchen and to apart, depending on how many people. So I just wanted to double check, oh yes, there is something else. So, two things. Samantha, from the police department, she is, the social worker that's been helping with,
Mental health and substance.
yes, thank God we have Polly in. The mental health and substance abuse. You've been seeing her more gauged toward the, substance abuse, but she and, Officer, Desmond actually, went for a program for about mental health. And so, once finding that out, Samantha and I were sitting and talking, and so she is going to provide, along with the officer, or lieutenant, to be able to, do a series of workshops, you'll be finding out more about it, but just to kind of set the seed here for you, about mental health. It's a standardized, workshop presentation, just like we had with the diabetes, just like we had with the chronic illness, where you go by a true protocol, a true agenda for it, and that will be starting in December. We're gonna spread it out, starting in December, and then January, February, March. It's gonna be once a month. And the information that I've been getting about it, I cannot say enough about it. It's a fantastic program. It's informational, and it brings a lot of things to light. It's not to say, how many people in the room are dealing with depression. It's a workable workshop, but I think you're really gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it a lot. And it's something that is so needed. I think there's a void, and we kinda need that kind of information for us. So to let you know, and again, like our theme, Better Together, like, they can't believe that all these different things in our community, we're so lucky to have the resources that we do, and that they feel comfortable and wanting to come to us and to give us. So that will be starting in December. Then saying thank you so much for the outpouring of generosity. The Rotary group, the Rotary Club will be coming in to potentially for November. Right now we have a date in November, but I'm not gonna say that for sure, because it's kind of been changing back and forth. But they will be having a lovely dinner for us here at the center. So I wanna, publicly thank them very much for even thinking having it here, to having a dinner. But I think it may be the first week of November. If not, it'll be soon after, okay? But it'll be before the end of the year 2018, which remind us it's only 2 months away. Oh, and then we're having I don't know how much, every time I say 2019, I say to Paula, oh my gosh, it's happening. So, oh, and I'm so sorry, I did forget something else. If you noticed in your newsletter, meditation, medication, mediation.
Yes.
Okay, does that bring, all right, so, the key word is meditation. And, so we have this woman that, took it upon herself. She actually is a certified, I don't know what, but she does meditation, she has a certificate, she's, and above that. And she used to work in the corporate world and then stepped back from it and now, is doing this type of, meditation. The reason I felt it was so crucial for us to bring it into the center is that when we have done the yoga with Joni Lawrence, and a couple of other programs, any piece of meditation in it, people have been asking for more. So, this program is actually going to be starting, is that November?
November 8th.
So, and it's a 6-week program, and the reason that, I forget her first name now, has made it for the 6 weeks is so by the end of the 6 weeks, the people that are participating will feel very comfortable in being able to do it on your own. Because there's so many different ways that you can do meditation, there's so many different ways you can kind of calm yourself down with breathing, whether it be breathing, music, there's this bowl thing. There's so many different ways of doing it, and the purpose of this is to find out what best suits you, have a better understanding of it, and also understanding how it physically and mentally, but physically also, can help you. So we will be starting that on the 8th. It will be on Thursdays from 12:15 to 1. You might have seen this again in the last newsletter. It will begin, I will also be putting it in for November's newsletter. But it's an opportunity, again, the reason that it came is because people are actually asking for this form of stress relief. So, whether it be people that are going through medical issues, stressful issues, a number of things, this can really help. I was hoping that it would be like at 5 o'clock, and then we could jump in, but she said that she potentially could do that. So I think that is the end of my thing. But any questions or anything that, I mean, I've talked to quite a few people here. Am I forgetting anything?
I'd like to welcome John back.
Yay!
Welcome, John.
That's very good.
All right then.
Glad to have him back too.
What insight. Very good. Okay, I guess that, any comments from the audience or from the commissioners? Yes.
I would like to bring up something, and if anybody could fill in more information than I can, would please jump in. The AIM program.
The what?
AIM program
Mhm.
on Tuesdays. I've stopped in a few times and there's not many people going, so I was hoping that maybe through the senior center, we could promote that and maybe get more people to go over and use that wonderful program.
I can, go ahead, I'm sorry.
You know, I do know that they can go over in the morning and have pastry and coffee, and then they have games for them, they serve lunch, so I think it's a very valuable program, and I'd, like to see more people start taking advantage of it.
Where's this held?
It's held at the Knights of Columbus on Tuesdays.
Actually, we've been very supportive. We also providing transportation. We have several people that we do provide transportation through Sonia to get them to the Ames. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. I also know that WOW has been very supportive to them. They have a great volunteer. All I can think of is Ann right now, and
Bertha.
and yes, Ann St. Ange and Bertha Dupre have those.
Gloria.
Have been so supportive in the founding and making sure that it progresses. But they have also mentioned that there has been a decline in kind of not knowing.
I believe there's a serious, advertising campaign needed. It is dwindling, and I think it's attrition. People are dying off, and
So
the
my
new
question to
people-
you though is, and especially you, John, so the program's been going on there for, like Judy DePalmer is the
Judy
founder.
DePalma, right.
What intrigued you to go there for the first time?
Well, we started taking Bill there
Mm-hmm,
every Tuesday,
yep.
and,
And how did you
I-
find out for Bill? So I'm trying to think of what got you stimulated might help someone else get stimulated.
I believe it was Bertha. When we started taking care of Bill, they come up and said, hey, we have this program, and we started
Mhm.
taking them. And, I stop in every once in a while and say hi to, Ann and Bertha that, I know very well.
Mhm.
And, I've made some donations towards helping them, and, I've just seen that, the numbers are good. They might have had 30 people before, I go in now, there's maybe 10.
Mhm.
So I
That's
just like to see,
at death's door.
Mhm.
That is at
Excuse me,
death's door.
Didn't it start out as handicap
Yes,
accessible
yes.
or
Yes,
whatever?
that's what
Well, I
it
think
stands
the
for.
handicap has dropped off, and it's not as many handicap go as used to.
Mhm.
At least that's the way it was explained to me last week when I asked about it.
Mhm.
And that's probably why it has declined, is because there aren't as many handicap going as there
As there
used
was
to be.
once were.
And now who's going is your average, everyday person.
Mhm. Mhm.
And what's there, what happens there? Is it,
They
at what
go in
time
the
is it?
morning and they have coffee and there's pastry, and then they get to play games and, sit and talk and do whatever they'd like, and then they serve them lunch. They actually make a nice lunch for them to have.
Just like a social gathering.
It's a social gathering.
So it starts about 8 o'clock and it goes all the way through noon or
It
something?
Might
goes
be a
up
little
till
closer
maybe
to
1 in
8:30.
the afternoon, something like that,
Yeah.
because they serve
Which
lunch.
was one, yep.
I used to have to take Bill out early. He would miss dessert because he had to come over here for AIM. It was his choice.
We.
We,
Rather, because he can't be in two places at once. And he said he didn't wanna miss bowling, so I would take him to AIM until he had to leave.
But I think Charlotte had, right, if I remember correctly, and, we can always have Bertha actually approach the group. But Judy DePalmer
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
started the program as more of, and again, people can correct me if I'm wrong, as a support for disabled, and also
Yeah.
the fact that there wasn't access. It was kind of making a group of, a strong group saying that they should have accessibility to everything just like everybody else. And it started that way and it got bigger and bigger, and the ride, people from the MBTA ride were also brought, they could get transportation from that and then also have transportation from us. And Judy was a very, strong leader in that. And then, in the past, I'd say in the past 2 years, it has, gone down a bit. So, any way we can help out as our department,
Even
we
if you
will.
put in the newsletter, like all handicapped are invited to AIM
Mhm.
on Tuesday morning, maybe in the newsletter.
You know what, maybe I'll even approach Bertha as to write just a little snippet as to what she feels is the most
Yeah.
appropriate,
Sure.
and then we can get that in the newsletter
That's what
as,
it started out as, AIM,
AIM is,
handicap.
access is mandatory.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I had to ask what it meant. I
No.
didn't know.
I heard it was angels in motion.
It's a little bit of both, honey.
Yeah, no, that's
but yeah,
great,
why
yeah.
don't we reach out to Bertha, and, John, can I have you reach out to Bertha and let her know that you brought this up today?
I promised Ann that I would bring it up last month, but unfortunately I wasn't here.
And then, and if you could ask them what they would like to see in the newsletter
Okay.
as information, to making sure that we're portraying it in the right fashion, cause I don't wanna say things
I
that aren't
think the way it
true.
is right now, that anybody that wanted to go would be welcome.
But again, I would prefer to
Right,
make sure we're getting the right
Okay.
verbiage from them.
right, no problem, I'll do that.
That'd be awesome, thank you, John. And then if you could just let Paula or myself know so we can get it in that awesome newsletter that we have.
Do you want a sign around the building also, or just the newsletter?
Why don't we start with the newsletter for now? And the reason I say that right now is because, as you see, from this month, the middle of October through December, there's gonna be so many postings, because there's so many events, and there's so many things happening, I don't want it to get lost. So in January, when things start slowing a little bit, as in information-wise, people not being on such overload, this will be a perfect time to help even push it even further. But it needs to, yeah, I think it most definitely can get in the newsletter.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, very good. Any additional comments from anyone or commissioners? No? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion.
I'll
Motion
second it.
seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And
Next meeting?
next meeting is November 15th, 2018. Very
Thank
good.
God, we're still in 2018.
Notice